Good morning, friends. Welcome back. So yesterday we have seen all the basic things that we need to discuss about the IP addressing. Like we said, what is the use of IP? IP is used for communication, right? Without IP, communication is not possible. Every device must and should have an IP address. Yeah, whether it is within the company or whether it is over the internet, every device must and should have one IP address or at least one IP address. And the third thing we have seen here is who will maintain this IP addressing. Remember, we have to go to ISP, or from ISP we have to go to the INA, Internet Assigning Numbers and Authority. So we have to go to multiple places to get this IP address. Okay, so we have discussed all those things yesterday. Then we have seen there are two versions of IP addressing we have. One is IP version 4 and another one is IP version 6. Okay, version 4 and version 6. So before we go into like these versions, remember the numbers we have seen: binary numbers, decimal numbers, hexadecimal numbers, and octets. So what are these binary numbers? Binary numbers are zeros and ones. Binary is a machine language. Whatever we do in this computer or any machine, the machine will understand that into the binary form only. So binary is a language used by the machines. Decimal is a language. Decimal are the numbers that are like more human use in a way, right? We use these numbers more often. So whenever you say any number that is in decimal, whether you're talking about your phone number or maybe a, like suppose a bike number, or you're calculating some money or counting some money, whatever, that is a decimal number. So binary number is for machine and decimal number is for a user. And one more thing, hexadecimal number. If hexadecimal number is a combination of decimal numbers as well as some alphabets. Hexadecimal number is a combination of decimal values as well as some alphabets, that is A to F. Okay, and last thing here is the octet. Octet means, octa means what? Totally 8. So octet means collection of 8 bits. That is a octet. So we'll come to octet in more details now. But as of now, I hope the three numbers are very clear: binary, decimal, and hexadecimal. Okay. Now coming to IP version 4. This is the example of IP version 4, 192.168.12.155. That is actually a IP version 4 number. I repeat again, friends, that is actually a IP version 4 number. Okay. Now I'm using 192.168.12.155. So that is a correct number. But instead of this number, if I suppose say 192.168. like 275.1, 275 actually, 275.1. So this number is actually an incorrect number. We cannot use a number like this in our IP address. Like this in the sense, we cannot use a number like 275. 192 is correct, 168 is correct, as well as 1 is correct. But the third octet or the third group that you see there, there is 275. That is not possible. So now let us see why it is not possible. So let us go deep into IP addressing from now. I hope you're ready with your books and pens. So whenever there is a need to do practicals or whenever there is a need to calculate something, I'll ask you to do calculations. Okay. That is the best way you can learn IP addressing. Please take IP addressing topic as the most important topic. You know, remember in school days, which whenever a topic is very important, we have to mark it as a star mark. I hope you used to do the same thing, right? So this topic you should mark as maybe 2 stars or 3 stars. This is such an important topic for our career. Okay, let's see. So the design of IP address is a 32-bit binary number. What is the design? IP address is a 32-bit binary number. but for a user, IP address is in decimal form. This is a very big connection we have to establish here, friends. This is the IP address 192.168.12.155. That is not binary actually, right? That is in decimal. But what I have written here, IP address is a 32-bit binary. So the design of IP address is in binary only. The design of IP address is in binary. But for a user, this IP address is presented in the decimal form. Yesterday we have seen this, right? Let us go there again. 192.168.1.1. This is your decimal. Binary will be like this. Something like this. So which one is more easier? We are more than used to these numbers, right? 192.168.1.1. We are not used to this binary numbers. It's not easy to understand binary numbers. You have to do some calculations, then only you can understand the binary numbers. But here 192.168.1.1, do I need to do any calculations to understand the number? No. Now listen. IP address is a binary number, but for a user, it is presented in decimal form. But for a user, it is presented in decimal. For a machine, it is in binary, but for a user, it is in decimal. So the first thing we have to do to learn IP addressing is we have to understand the binary numbers very well. We cannot learn IP addressing in decimal. We have to learn and we have to understand IP addressing in binary only. Got it? We have to learn and we have to understand IP addressing in binary language only. Got it? Now, how many binary numbers we have here? In IP version 4, totally we have 32 binary numbers. How many numbers totally? 32 binary numbers. So binary numbers will start with all zeros. These are totally 32 bits. So it can be zeros or it can be ones. Okay, so these are totally 32 binary numbers. Now tell me, is it looking easy to understand these binary numbers? No. First combination is all zeros and last combination is all ones. And in between, we may get a combination like this. So no way you can remember or you can understand these numbers. These numbers are in the background. The machines will use these numbers. Okay. So what we need to understand here is what are these numbers in decimal? We need to convert these binary numbers into decimal. So before we do the conversion, there is one more point we need to understand. IP version 4 is 32 binary bits and they are divided into 4 octet. They are divided into how many octets? Totally 4 octet. Octet means what? 8 bits. Isn't it? Octet is a 8-bit. And the bits starting with 0 to 7 actually. There are totally 8 bits in an octet. But what is the first bit value? It is 0 and last bit is 7. So 0 to 7, it will be totally 8 bits will be there. So IP version 4 is a 32-bit binary number. I said 34 here. This is 32, friends. Okay, so IP version 4 is a 32-bit binary number. And these 32 bits are divided into how many octet? 4 octets. Okay, 4 octet. Now, the next thing here is each octet. I said divided. So whenever you divide something, there should be some separation in between, right? Normally, how we divide, we use a dot or we use a comma or we may use a slash or whatever. So that is the way we can divide certain numbers, right? So here how they are divided, IP version 4 is 32-bit binary numbers and they are divided into 4 octet and each octet contains totally 8 bits. Each octet contains totally 8 bits. That is the thing. And the next thing is each octet is divided into, each octet is divided by a dot. Each octet is divided by a dot. So actually your IP address design is 8 dot 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 dot 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 dot, and these are totally 8 bits. So see here how they are divided: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 dot. That's it. This is the design of your IP address. IP version 4 is totally 32 bits. 32 bits are divided into totally 4 octets. 32 bits are divided into 4 octet, and each octet contains how many bits? Each octet contains totally 8 bits. A bit value can be 0 or a bit value can be 1. This is the concept of IP. This is the design of IP. Now, the next thing we need to understand here is if there are totally 8 bits. See, the same thing I have written there, right? IP version 4 is 32 bit and it is divided into 4 octet, and each octet is separated by a dot. So when you see the IP address, can you see there are 4 colors I am using here? This yellow color is actually your first octet, green color is the second octet, and this is the third octet, and this is the fourth octet. We should start reading from the left side. Obviously, we read from that side only. So this is the first octet, second octet, third octet, fourth octet. Okay. So in each octet, the binary numbers can be all zeros, or it can be all ones, or it can be between zeros and ones. I repeat, in each octet, the numbers can be any number between 0 and 1. And totally how many bits will be here? Totally 8 bits will be there. So one of the main thing we need to understand in this IP configuration is IP addressing is we need to understand how to convert a binary number into the decimal number. I repeat, how to convert a binary number into the decimal number. That is what we need to see. So to convert a binary number into decimal, why we are converting first of all? So if you convert a binary number into decimal number, you will come to know like how many decimal numbers we can use. What is the value we can use? Remember in the previous example, I told you, if you say 192.168.275 here, 275, it will not accept. It will say 275 is an incorrect number. So why it is incorrect number, or what is the maximum number we can use, or what is the minimum number we can use? All these things we need to learn in this binary to decimal conversion. So how to convert a binary language into a decimal language, or how to convert a binary number into a decimal number? It's very easy. Let's see how. I'll just take a binary number, a random binary number. Let us say 1 1 0 0. See how many bits I have taken here? 2 4 6 8. I have taken totally 8 bits here. Why I have taken 8 bits? It's very simple. IP version 4 is 32-bit binary number, and these 32 bits are divided into 4 octet. 4 octet means each octet contains how many number? Each octet contains only, each octet contains how many bits? Each octet contains totally 8 bits. Okay. So IP version 4 is a 32-bit binary number, and each this 32 bits are divided into 4 octet, and each octet contains totally 8 bits. Isn't it clear? Now, when you convert a binary number into decimal number, you know every bit has a bit value. Every bit has a bit value. So this bit value is 128. This bit value is 64. This bit value is 32. This bit value is 16. This is 8. This is 4. This is 2. This is 1. Every bit has a bit value. Actually, we need to start from the right side now. This bit value is 1. Next bit value will be 1 plus 1, how much? 2. Next bit value will be like 2 plus 2, how much? 4. Next bit value will be like 4 plus 4, 8. then it is 8 plus 8, 16. 16 plus 16, 32. So every bit has a bit value. I repeat again, friends, every bit has a bit value, and these are the bit values here. So when you convert a binary number into decimal number, the first thing we have to see is how many binary bits are there and what are the bit values. So we have 8 binary bits. We are taking only 8. See, you can convert 10 binary bits into decimal. You can convert 75 binary bits into decimal. You can even convert 3 binary bits into decimal. There is no limit there. But why we are specially taking 8 bits here? We are specially taking 8 bits here because it is a octet. IP version 4 is 32 bit. 32 bits are divided into 4 octet, and each octet contains totally 8 bits. That is the reason I'm specially taking totally 8 bits here. Got it? I'm specially taking totally 8 bits there. Anyhow, so these are the 8 bits we have here. Now what we need to do here is we just need to see the 8 bits, and then we need to see how many bits are ones and how many bits are zeros. Can you see I have written here 0 means it is a off bit and 1 means it is a on bit. Whenever you see a value as 0, it is a off bit, and whenever you see a value as 1, there is a on bit. Okay, there is a question here. Why are there some ones and some zeros? I have just taken a random number here. This is first example. So I have just taken a random number. So I can take many more numbers. I can take any number. I can take 0, 1, 0, 1. I'll come to that question maybe like after some time, after like maybe 5 minutes. So as of now, I can say I have taken totally 8 bits. So when I say 8 bits, bit will be like 1 or a 0, right? So I can take all ones, or I can take all zeros, or I can take combination of ones and zeros. So this is the first example and a very basic example we are learning now. So I have taken 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. I have taken totally 8 bits there. So how to convert this binary number into decimal number? Like I said, wherever there is a bit as 1, that bit is on, and wherever there is a bit as 0, and that bit is off. So how many bits are ones here? Let us open a calculator first. Now, what is the bit that is on here? 128 is on. Plus, what is the other bit that is on here? 64. Plus, any other bit that is on here, friends? Nothing. There is no other bit that is on. So 128 plus 64 is how much? It is 192. Sorry, 128 plus 64 is 192. So what is the decimal value here? 192 is the decimal value. 192 is the decimal value. Got it? Then I'll take one more example. Let us say the example is 1 0 0 0 1 0 1 1. I'm just taking some random binary numbers here. It can be zeros, it can be ones, or it can be combination of zeros and ones. Okay, so now what we need to see here, whenever you are converting a binary number into decimal value, this is conversion of binary number to the decimal number. So we just need to see how many bits are ones here, and then we need to add those bits. So let us see how many bits are ones here. 128 is 1, plus 64 is 0, 32 is 0, 16 is 0. Then 8 plus 4 is 0. Then 2 plus 1 is 0. Then 1. How much is the value here, friends? 139. Isn't it? So what is its bit value? It is 139. I have just taken some binary numbers and I have converted these binary numbers into a decimal number. Okay, I'll do one thing. Can you please send me a binary number combination? It should be totally 8 bits. I revise again, I repeat again, friends. I can convert a 5-bit binary number into decimal, or I can convert a 15-bit binary number into decimal. But why specially we are taking 8 bits? Because that is the design of your IP address, right? So we have to take only 8 bits. So please send me any 8-bit combination so that I can show you how to convert that particular 8 bits into the decimal value. Okay, I got a value here. 1 0 0 1 0 0 1 0. So what will be the decimal value? Now, what we need to do, wherever there is a 1, that bit is counted as the on bit, and wherever there is a bit as 0, that bit is counted as a off bit. So let us see how many bits are ones here. 128 plus 64 is off, 32 is off, 16 is on, plus 8 is off, 4 is off, 2 equal to how much? 146. Yeah, I already got an answer from you, 146. Is it difficult to calculate, or is it difficult to learn the binary to decimal conversion? Of course, no, it's very easy, right? Just take the numbers, any binary numbers, and you can convert these binary numbers into decimal numbers. The bit values will remain same. This is your first bit, it is 1, this is 2, this is 4, this is 8, this is 16, this is 32, this is 64, this is 128. These are the bit values. Now the next thing we need to see here is whether the bit is on, or whether the bit is off. So wherever the bit is on, calculate that bit value, add that bit value, and wherever the bit value is 0, just ignore. So like this, you will get your decimal value. Now suppose, imagine if there is one more bit. If there is one more bit, then it will be 258 plus 258. It will be like 256. It's not only like up to 8 bits. There can be 9 bits, 10 bits, 11 bits, 12 bits, anything. So we just need to keep on doubling that particular figure. So 128 plus 128, the 9th bit value will be like 256. Okay. So I hope it is clear now. So let us do some more calculations. I will write some bit values here. So can you please convert these bit values into decimal? Okay, so just do this, and later on we will see our answers. Okay, so this is one combination. Then this is the other one. This is the other one. One more. When I said you should sit with a book and a pen, this is the reason why I ask you to sit with a book and a pen. Done. Take your time. You have like a couple of minutes. Everything is clearly there on your screen. Wherever there is a bit value of 0, it is off. Wherever there is a bit value as 1, it is on. So just see the bit values and do the binary to decimal conversion. So you have a couple of minutes, and meanwhile I'll do the calculation here, and then we can compare our answers. Okay, good luck. I hope you are ready with your answers, friends. Can I share my answers? Yeah, Raj, exactly. 128, 70, 85 to 40, 15, 0 and 25. Exactly. Easy, right? It's just a binary to decimal conversion. But actually, there is a very big note we need to see here. There is a very big message here actually in this binary to decimal conversion. Okay, let us see that. So what we have done from here, you can cross check your answers: 128, 170, 85, 240, 15, 0 and 255. So let us just concentrate more on the last two values. Zeros, it is all 0. Ones, it is 255. All zeros means it will be 0 and 250, all ones will be like 255. That means the least value we will get is 0. I repeat, the least value that we will get here is 0 and the maximum value that we will get here is 255. So if you take all the bits as zeros here, then obviously the decimal will be like 0. There is no bit that is on here, right? So every bit we need to like ignore. So it will be like 0. And in the last value, in the last combination, all the bits are ones. So that means we need to add 120, 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1. Then it will be 255. So 0 till 255. Now let us see a very big thing now. There are some other examples here. You can check this later. Now see here. If all the bits are zeros, then it is 0, and all the bits are ones, then it is 258. That means the IP address, the IP version 4 range is between 0 and up to 255. That means in every octet, we can take a number between 0 and 255 only. You cannot take a higher number than 255. So when I told you like 192.168.275 is a incorrect number, why I can say 275 is incorrect number? The reason is there are totally 8 bits. If all the bits are zeros, then it will be 0. If all the 8 bits are ones, then it will be 255. So the concept here is the numbers are between 0 and 255. The numbers are between 0 and 255 only. You will not get a number. You cannot use a number that is above 255. See, I have written 256 here. 256 number we cannot use. The number, the 256 we cannot use. But 256 is the total number of IP addresses we have. That is from 0 till 255. 0 is counted as a number. 0 is a valid number. If I enter an IP address like this, for example, 10.0.0.1, 0 is a valid number here. 0 is a correct number. Okay. Or I can say 10.0.255.0. That means I can use a number between 0 and 255 only. So total it will be 256. Let us see practically. I'll go to my computer. Properties. TCP/IP version 4, then properties. Okay. Now see here. What it says, use the following IP address. So if I enter the IP address as 10.0.255.1, it is accepting my IP address. It is not showing any error. It is not showing any mistake there. Everything is good now, because in every octet, I'm using a number between 0 and 255 only. In every octet, I'm using a number between 0 and 255 only. Now, if I say 10.275, now I got an error message here. See what it says. 275 is not a valid entry. It says 275 is not a valid entry. Please specify a value between 0 and 255. Got it? 275 is not a valid entry. Please specify a value between 0 and 255. That means IP version 4 is totally 32 bits. 32 bits are divided into 4 octets, and each octet contains totally 8 bits. Each octet contains totally 8 binary bits. So if you convert these bits into decimal, then the least decimal value you can use is 0 and the last decimal value we can use is 255. Any number above 255 is considered as an incorrect number. That is the range of our IP address. We can use only a number between 0 and 255 only. Whether you assign an IP address in a computer, router, server, anywhere, every machine IP is same, right? So it will be like between 0 and 255. So again, why this 256 I have written here? Because that is the total range. 0 to 255 means it is totally 256. Okay, I'll show you calculation in this way now. Remember, we have seen 2 power 32. 2 power 32 is how much? This much. Remember, yesterday I told you in IP version 4, we have this many numbers. Okay, more than 4 billion numbers, right? Okay, I'll do one more calculation. Just remember the number 42, 94, 96, something. Now I will say 256 multiply by 256 multiply by 256 multiply by 256. Okay, I'll come again. 256 multiply by 256 multiply by 256 multiply by 256. So why I'm taking 256 4 times? Because there are 4 octets, right? And how many numbers we can use in 4 octets? We can use between 0 to 255. I repeat again, friends, 0 till 255 will be totally 256 numbers. 256 digit 256, this I cannot assign, but these are the total number of addresses we have in every octet. So if I say equal to, can you see the number is same? If you say 2 power 32, we are getting 4294967296. If you multiply by like 256, 256, 256, you get the same answer. Okay, so IP version 4, we have totally these numbers, and in every octet, we can use a number between 0 and 255 only. If you exceed 255, then that will considered as an incorrect number. Got it, friends? Why this is like this? So we cannot say anything like 275 or 300 or 400. That is not possible in a IP address because there are only octets here. There are totally 4 octets. Okay, fine. Now, next thing is decimal to binary conversion. These 2 conversions are very, very important for us for next 4-5 classes. If you want to understand IP addressing very well, these are the 2 conversions we have to see. So we have, hopefully you have understood binary to decimal conversion. Hopefully it is clear. Now let us see decimal to binary conversion. But before I go to decimal to binary conversion, I'll wait for like 30 seconds. If there is any doubt, we will see. Then we can see the decimal to binary conversions today. Okay, fine. So I hope everything is clear. So let us see the decimal to binary conversions. So we have some decimal values here like 192, 254, 160, 177, 89. Before we see the decimal to binary conversion, one more time I want to repeat here, friends. Binary decimal and decimal binary, these are the conversions we need to learn to understand the IP address concept. Without learning these numbers, we cannot understand the IP address concept. So all these things we have to learn in details. Okay, so let us see how to convert a decimal number into a binary number. Now this is also very easy. You just need to follow some basic rules here. Okay, I'll go with a number like 192. It is clearly there. So 192 is a number. Now, before I convert this 192, let me just write this values 128, 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, 1. These are the numbers we have. Yes, every bit has a bit value there. Now, what is the number we are converting here? The number is 192. So let us see whether we can convert or whether we can convert this 192 into decimal into binary or not, decimal to binary conversion. So how to do this? Now we know subtraction. Subtraction means normal, we call it minus also, right? So we have to do subtraction here. That's it, nothing else. So what we need to subtract here? Now what is the first bit value here? 128. Now you should ask a question to yourself. 128 can we subtract from 192 or not? That is a question. Of course we can do that, right? 128 is a lesser number, 192 is a higher number, so we can subtract. So if you are able to subtract a value, then it will be like 1. So now the next thing we have to do is, let me just open a calculator now. Okay, so 192 minus 128. Answer is how much now? 64 is remaining here, right? The answer is 64. So the next question here is, can we subtract 64 from 64? Of course, we can do, both are equal numbers, so 64 minus 64. So here I have to say minus 64, and answer is how much now? The remaining how much now? 0. So once you get a value as 0, then we will get all the values as, that's it. This is your decimal to binary. We just need to see whether we can subtract this value from this particular value or not. If we're able to subtract, then we can easily, get the binary values. Okay, I'll show one more example here. Okay, can you tell me any number, please? Any number between 0 to 255, so that I can show you how to convert that number into, how to convert that decimal number into binary. The number should be between 0 and 255 only, because octet is limited with 8 bits. So anyone, please, any number between 0 to 255? Okay, Raj, it is 249. 249 is the value. So it is between 0 and 255, right? It's a good number actually. It's a very, good number. Let us see how to do this. 249. So the question that we need to ask is, can we subtract 128 from 249 or not? That is easily possible, right? So 249 minus 128. Remaining is how much? Remaining is 121. So first of all, this bit is on. Once you subtract that value, that bit should be on. Now, can you subtract 64? That is the next bit. Can you subtract 64 from 121? Of course we can do. So minus 64 is how much? 57. Okay, so this bit is also 1 now. Next is 32. Can you subtract 32 from 57? Of course we can do. Minus 32. Answer is 25. So this bit is on. What is the next bit here? 16. Can you subtract 16 from 25? Not a big deal, right? We can subtract. Minus 16. Answer is 9. So this bit is also 1. Now can you subtract 8 from 9? Yes, we can do. So 1 here. So minus 8 will be how much? Minus 8 will be 1. Now what is the next bit here? 4. Can you subtract 4 from 1? No. Can you subtract 2 from 1? No. Can you subtract 1 from 1? Of course we can do subtract. So minus 1 will be like how much? Answer will be like 0. So if you say 249, the decimal of 249 will be 11111 00 and 1. That is your 249. Got it? One more number, please, before you can do some more practicals here. Okay, 7. Okay, so can we subtract 128 from 7? No. Can you subtract 64 from 7? No. Can you subtract 32 from 7? No. Can you subtract 16 from 7? No. Can you subtract 8 from 7? No. Can you subtract 4 from 7? Yes. How much is remaining now? 3 is remaining. Can you subtract 2 from 3? Yes. How much is remaining now? 1 is remaining. Can you subtract 1 from 1? Yes.
That was a easy number actually. So before I ask you to do some conversions, I need one more number, please. Can anyone tell me a number between 0 and 255? I'll show that. Then hopefully you can do some conversions. Okay, 141. Okay, can you subtract 128 from 141? Of course we can do. How much will be remaining now? 141 minus 128. You get 13 here. So again, it become much more easier. Like so 0, 0, 0. Can you subtract 8 from 13? Yes. How much is remaining now? 5. Can you subtract 4 from 5? Yes. How many is remaining now? 1, 0, 1. This is 141 actually. Got it? 128 plus 8. How much? 128 plus 8 will be 136. 136 plus 4 will be 140. 140 plus 4 will be like 141. So I hope you are more than ready to do some conversions now. Okay, these are the numbers. Can you see the numbers here? 212, 234, 100, 127, 237, 244, 67. You have like 2 minutes or 3 minutes actually. It will take some more time. So please take your time and just try to convert these numbers into your binary numbers. 212, 234, 100, 127, 237, 244, and 67. If you have to be good in this IP addressing concept, that you should be actually. In many cases, a person may lose a job. A person may lose a job, or maybe he can fail the examination because of this IP configuration or IP concept in a way. Okay, so if you want to be good in networking and all the other things, then please try to learn this concept very well. Okay, so ready with answers, friends? 212, 234, 100, 127, 237, 244, and 67. Can I share the answers or you need some more time? Okay, just take like 30 more. Hopefully whatever is missing, you can finish all these things. Okay, so please cross check your answers here. If you convert these decimal numbers into binary, these are the binary values you will get. Done. I hope the answers are correct. They are matching with me. If anyone conversion is incorrect, please try to correct me. But I guess I'm correct here. All these things are correct. All these decimal numbers I have converted into their actual binary numbers. Okay, friends. So finally, that's it for today. This was the only session. This was the only thing we were supposed to see today. So binary, decimal, binary we have seen. And in coming classes, we will see many other things like classes, range, use. Okay, then we have network portion, host portion. So it will take at least 2 more classes for me to finish all these things, or maybe like 3 classes. Then we will enter into subnetting. So next week is all about IP addressing and subnetting only. Got it? Next week is all about IP addressing and subnetting. So hopefully next week we can finish all those things and we can enter into the router part. So it will take 2 more weeks and we can enter into the switch part. So by the end of this January, by the end of this next month, hopefully we can finish our course. That is our target. Okay. Now I just got a, on Facebook, they will share memories. So there is a memory I got on Facebook. My status on Facebook on 31st December 2011 was. So finally I become CCNA certified today. What a way to end 2011 and welcome 2012. That was my status 10 years before. So it's been like 10 years of my CCNA certification. Man, that's a huge time. This was the first certification I have done from my pocket money, from my own money actually. Before that school, college, your parents will pay and this way. I was working there as administrator somewhere. So CCNA certification was needed. Before that, I was already MCC certified person, but then CCNA certificate was needed. So overall fees then was like around 10,000 rupees because dollar price was around 50 rupees or 49 rupees then. So it's a good memory Facebook has shared with me finally. So this is the same CCNA, the IP addressing which was there 10 years before, it is still same today. The IP addressing will remain same forever. So IP concept will not change. So tomorrow and after tomorrow, there is no class. Saturday and Sunday, this is the last class of our year. So hopefully next year, hopefully with on January 3rd, right? Yeah, on January 3rd, we will come here at same time and hopefully we'll finish our, we'll go a bit deep into this IP addressing concept. Okay, so this is the last class of this year, and the next class will be next year on 3rd January 2022, that is on Monday. But in these 2 days, you can do one favor to yourself. I know some people will celebrate and this and this and this, but just try to take at least 1 hour from your life in next 2 days, whatever schedule you have, just take at least 1 hour and do a favor for yourself by converting many binary numbers into decimal numbers and decimal numbers into binary number. Just take any random binary number and do the conversion, and just take any decimal number between 0 and 255 and do the conversion. So when you take binary number, it should be only 8 bits. And when you take a decimal number, it should be between 0 and 255. Just do this conversion, get some perfection here. If you get perfection in this binary decimal and decimal binary conversion, the coming classes will be very easy for you. And the whole IP addressing and subnetting concept will be very, very easy for you. Okay, friends. So that's it for today. And see you on next year. Hopefully things will be better for us next year, health wise, job wise, career wise, whatever you feel, whatever you think, hopefully things will be much more better. And very good luck for your careers and everything. Hopefully next year will change a lot of things, hopefully. Okay, so I'm here for like a couple of minutes. If you have any doubts, any questions regarding whatever we have learned till now in this week, feel free to ask your questions so that we can clear everything, and then we can stop the session for today. Okay, fine. So I guess there is nothing here to discuss. I think everything is clear. And one more thing, from Monday, link will change. The demos and the free classes are done with this, so the link will change. So kindly send your mail IDs and the phone numbers to the management, and hopefully they will call you, and they will share the new link with you. Okay. And in case if you have any questions or any doubts, or if you need any other help, feel free to send me a mail on this mail ID. You can contact me on this mail ID at any time. Okay. But still, if you want to get the new links and all those things, please contact the management. Management has their mail ID as well as the phone number. So just send them a message, or maybe call them. They will respond to you. Okay, friends. So that's it for today. Thanks again for joining, and see you on Monday. A new year with new hope, and hopefully with many more things to learn. That's it, guys. That's it for today. Have a nice day. See you on Monday. Bye. Sure.